Hello. So my idea here is to show as fast as I can how to get a small or very simple thing that you could construct resembling the structure of a blog. And I'm going to be using Symfony for that. I'm presupposing that you have knowledge on how to install PHP extensions that you're going to need to install your drivers. And I'm presupposing that you already have PHP and Composer installed. So the first thing you're going to need to install, and I'm not going to show the steps, but you can refer to the documentation to do those steps, right? This is the Symfony page. Just go there and find the newer version that is available, download, install, and go ahead from there. So when you have that done, first thing you want to do is to instantiate a new project with Symfony. So having your command available, you want to do this command that will create a new project. So let's call it blog for now. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to create it as full, which means that it's going to bring into it all the components. If you're starting this as a sandbox for you to experience Symfony, it's fine, no problem. But if you're trying to create a project that you're pretending to use in the that you intend to use in the in a business fashion, you should not use full. You should only import the components that you're going to need. So this does the installation. It might take a while. And there we have it. So just let's check if everything is here. All right, everything is there. So now I'm going to open my IDE. You can use whatever you prefer. My preference is PHP Storm. And now you don't need to use, since I'm in PHP Storm, I don't need to use anymore and now since I don't need I'm in PHP Storm, I don't need anymore to use the console, so the console can go away for now. So one of those steps that you want to do to test your site is to do Symfony start server start and this is going to bring up the Symfony page already. Here you can, it shows you a profiler bar that is installed by default. It's optional, you can disable it if you want, and it's going to show you statistics of execution, right? All right, so first thing we want to do then from the console is to create some entities. So we have a place to store our data. So first thing we're going to call, so it's bin/console make entity. This is going to present us a small command line UI that is going to step us through the process of creating an entity. So our first entity is going to be post. It's already created. And the entity fields that we're going to have are title. Let's make it lowercase title. It's going to be a string. That length is okay. It's not nullable. Do we want to add another property? Yes. Let's say content. It's a string. This one is larger. It's an arbitrary number. It doesn't really matter. If you have, of course, you can swap that for a text, and it's going to be more appropriate. But let's stay with that for now. We just want to breeze through the options, right? And for now, it's okay. We're going to add also an author, and we want to add comments. So let's focus on that first. So that's all for this. And so we want to make a second entity. And for this entity, we're going to call it comment. All right, already generated. And each comment has content too. All right. And that's that. And now if we instead of typing the name of a new entity, instead select an entity that is already there, or type up, you can select entities that are available to modify them. And we want to do that. We want to do that. And in fact, we want to do that backwards. Sorry for that. It's not post. We can do that from comment. And we want to create each comment has a post, right? It's related to a post. And instead of the field type being equals to string, it's equals to related. And you can type question mark to see all types here. Relation, not related, okay? What this class should relate to? Posts. What type of relation do we have here? So each comment can have many posts. No, not the case. Each comment has one post. That's really what we want. And each post can have many comments. That's exactly what we want. So we want many to one. Right? So this question is no, because a comment cannot exist without the post. And do we want to get all comments from a post? Yes, we do want. What's the name of the field inside of posts? It's comments. That's correct. So do you want to automatically delete comments if you delete, for example, a post? Yes, that's important. All right, and that's that. So it will notify us that we should create migration afterwards, because we're creating the entities. I'll show you in a moment what entities look like. But we want to be able to generate from those entities a table. So next step is to execute precisely that. So, and now we see that we are missing a driver. So that's an important step. So how do you fix that? You go in env. This file should contain your description to your database, right? I'm not using MSQL, so I don't have it installed. It's complaining that I don't have that, but I have, in fact, SQLite installed. So I'm gonna swap that here, and that should fix my problem. Bingo. All right, so I created then the database, and now I can run the command to really make the entities in tables. So that's the next step that I'm going to do here. and that should create tables there. We can access those tables here if we want. Let me show you that they are available. So by default, the files are placed with that string in env. The files are in var database db. And here's our post and comments. The other tables are common to those two tables are common to SQLite, and this one is the versioning table. All right, so let's take a look on what entities are. So entities live in source entities, and these are the two entities created. So you see that there's descriptions here for how to interpret those values, those properties as columns on a table. So this is the mapping, right? And this setters and getters are also created dynamically with that command line interface. Okay, so that's that. What's the next step? Because this is not showable, right? Let's create some CRUDs. So next step is to create a CRUD. All right, we are going to create a CRUD to what entity? Post. Done. That's that easy. All right. So it should create a controller for us with the route post slash, and we might want to see it, right? So here we are. So what we have here is a very CRUD, pardon the pun, way to interface with our database. We can expand from here. We can change the views from here. We can change the forms. Everything is subject to change. But for the briefness of that, I will let you explore the templates. I'm gonna show you where this is, and you can explore the ideas behind it later. So the templates live in here. So you see post here. Everything that is being used to that view that we are seeing is here. Queries are made in here in repositories. They are created together with entities. Forms are described in here, right? And the rest is in here in the controller itself, right? All the entries, entry points, deletion, editing, showing, everything is in this part, right? So let's create a simple one. All right, so here we have it. So let's see how we create now. It's the same idea, right? How do we create a new CRUD for comments? As simple as that. And there we have it. So we can create a new one, and it could not convert string to post. So this is a common problem that it has, because post is not a string and it's trying to display the post itself on the selection bar, right? So it's pretty simple to resolve this. All you want to do is come into your entity right here and post. And you want to define here public or a toString method that's going to return whatever you feel it's appropriate to solve this, to fix this problem, right? How you want to display a post. I think a sensible way is to display title for this. So I'll do get title here. And this should clear the error and show my first post as the post for the comment. So you see, this allows you to interface and create very quickly data in the database, but this is not a blog at all, right? But how can you create a blog from here, right? So that's the next step that we will challenge you to accomplish, because now you have all the tools that you would need to create a blog. So see, in the controllers now, both post and comment, you can have examples, very simple code examples on how to access data, insert data, create forms, and everything you want. So here you see an example on how to present data. And you can use exactly the same structure to list your posts and display like a partial or a preview of the content and such. So you can resolve that in how you present in the view. The same thing is for inserting new posts. If you want to do something in the backend, if you want to do a special backend that is different from this one, you're free to do that. The same thing is going to be said to the comments, that you want to do an interface inside of your blog, inside of your post, where the user can do new posts, and you can display the comments inside of the part where you're showing one blog post. So everything can be tied together by you from now, because you have the tools that you need. Just a matter of understanding what they do, picking and choosing and selecting what you put where. So I hope that this was helpful and gave you a very steady, fast introduction to what Symfony can do, very fast way to improve your understanding on your progression in Symfony. Hope you like it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.